All right, so I'm back. So I started tracing. So what I did here, how I traced it was basically I sort of flipped this thing upside down, right? And I used the outside. I used the outside perimeter, right? And what I did was I just follow the outside perimeter right here, a curve, and I overlaid it along this edge right here. So basically, I did that, right? Overlaid it like that, right? So that's how I got my my line. And as far as how far this went, I just measured from, on here. I just measured from here to this other side over here, right? So it's possibly 8 inches long, I believe it was. So I just measured that out. Let's see, is that right? Yeah. So you see it's possibly 8 inches long. Yeah, on this side. All right, so there it is right there, about. Hold this way. It's all right. So it's about 8 inches long, right? So when I did that, I just basically put it right here, and I marked a little 8-inch right here. And again, I used the outside perimeter. I just put it like so. So that's how I got that. And obviously, it kind of went out bigger, right? So again, I used the outside perimeter. So I used the outside perimeter, line up this line here with this line here. That's how I got my my curvature at the corner, right? See the curvature right there? Right, same thing with this side. So now I'm just gonna have my utility scissors. So here's my utility. My utility scissors right here. So these are kind of heavy duty. All right, so I'm gonna just cut along here, and there's a foam block in here. You see the foam block. So this tracing right here will actually go around the foam block, so you don't have to worry about it. And the foam block is actually attached to the headliner and not the roof itself. So there's no problems there. So before you do this, make sure you run your fingers down where the line is, and make sure that there ain't no cables there, because you might cut a cable, right? So I don't see no cables here on this side. I don't see a cable on this side. So I'm gonna cut this side first, because this side for sure there's no cables. So this cable actually here, it actually runs around here, but it runs on the outside of this. But still, I want to cut this right here so that way I could actually move this thing down, and when I cut this side, I could actually see from here. Hopefully, I can see it from there. So again, I have to do this off camera because I need 2 hands. Okay, so I cut off here. So you look at these edges here. Look at this edge here. It's nice and straight and smooth, but all these other edges is kind of rough. It's not straight. Because this first edge right here, when I cut here, you look at the orientation of the scissors. How I can actually go straight in here. I get to do that cut. But on this side, you can't, because see the top blade and the bottom blade, right? It's that offset, so I couldn't get that cut right there. So I had to use a razor to cut it. So there's a little foam piece right there. There it is. That's a pretty big gap right there. So here's the stuff. So I took my wire in there, so that way it doesn't nothing's in the way. All right, so let's do a test fit real fast and see if it works, or see if it fits, I should say. So I think it's probably on the tight side, which is good. Better to be a little tight than too loose. So tuck that in like so. So, oh yeah, it's definitely a little bit too tight. So you see the end here. See that? The end there. So I could probably go another 1/4 inch out more. So yeah, so let's say I'm like about a 1/4 inch too short. So let's look at the side to side. The side to side looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, the side to side feels pretty good. Let's look at this other end over here. This end. So yeah, so the side to side looks good. See the space right there, just a little bit of a space, a little bit of a gap. That's good right there. A little bit of a gap. That's good. It's all underneath the all underneath this trim anyways. So I need to go a little bit further out, about a 1/4 inch looks like. Let's see. Let's do that one more time. So yeah, she's better to do it from this side. So you can see from this side. So yeah, maybe a little shy of a 1/4 inch. Maybe like let's see what's less than a 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch less than a 1/4 inch is 3/16. Is that right? Let's see. So that's a 1/4 inch. Let's see. That's a 1/16, an 1/8, 3/16, 1/4 inch. Yeah, I might try an 1/8 first, just to be on the safe side. Let's see this again. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically the width of the trim around the edge. It looks like. So it looks like this. Looks like the width of this trim almost. That actually looks more than a 1/4 inch to me. Let me look at this more carefully. Let's see. So this is all the way in, tucked in like so. Tucked in like so. So yeah, I think it is probably about a 1/4 inch. Let me see, the side is okay. That's pretty thin. So yeah, at least that's an impression of the old trim right here. You can see it right here. It's kind of indented. Let's see how thick that is. That is yeah, it is a 1/4 inch. Yep, it is a 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna mark it up a little bit higher up, then I'm gonna trim a little bit more. So again, I need 2 hands to do it off camera. Okay, so I trimmed pretty close to a 1/4 inch off. It's kind of a messy trim because, especially around the corners, because when it's really thin, you have to hold on to, and there's less structure, so it wants to crinkle. So that's why the corner here is kind of crinkly, and this side too. But anyways, I test fitted it, and it feels nice and snug actually. So let's go in like so. Right, so I still have a little bit of something left there. If I wiggle a little bit. Right, so there it goes. So that's a pretty snug fit right there. See that? Even it's kind of able to hold itself up, even without the without the screws. It's just a snug fit there. So yeah. So I think I'm gonna call that good, and I'm gonna put the double-sided tape. Put double-sided tape right here, and put everything back together. So I do that. Okay, so I got my 3M double-sided tape here, Scotch. Got my electronics attached, and you see the mismatch in color. So looking here is very obvious. Up here, people might not notice, but who knows? It doesn't matter. This is close enough. So now all I need to do is plug this in and plug right here. So these 2 plugs is these 2 wires right here, and it should plug right in, and we should call it good. So obviously I'm gonna have to use 2 hands for this. So you know, it's gonna be off camera again. Okay, so I'll get the corner off. Get it off. Okay, so got the 2 plugs in. You insert this end first, like so, all the way in. And this end, just kind of wiggle it, like so. Alright, wiggle it like so. And make sure the 2 holes for the screws is lined up. So I'm slightly off-centered, so I have to wiggle it a little bit, but I'm gonna do it off screen because I need two hands. Alright, so I've been trying to get this in, but it didn't quite fit. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So I just realized it. So the cable right here is in the way, because this cable, it's pushing down right here. What I didn't realize here is that there's a little slot right in here. See that? So the cable should feed into that, then into that. So that's how it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna have to pop this thing back down. I think the cable feeds in there, and that's what it seems like anyways. So I'm gonna try that again. I need 2 hands, and let's see if that works. All right, so it wouldn't fit into the slot, so I just snipped the little end off it there. So that's no big deal. So I could, lay the cable down in this spot right here, because the cable was actually pushing on that spot already. because this piece right here is the original, right? No, it's not the original. This is the Odyssey one. Excuse me, take that back. So yes, so that's why it doesn't have the clearance for the cable, because this one is not, it's different. The other one doesn't have this. I think the other one it's free right here. So that was why it didn't quite fit right, because I put it up against here, and right here didn't quite fit up. I was like, it seems like it didn't reach. You know, it's like it didn't bottom out. You know, I tried to screw it on, and I could see that it wasn't bottom out. Something was, you know, so it was the cable. So let's try it this way and see what happens. All right, so now it's sitting flush right here, because earlier when I was doing that, this wouldn't bottom out, and this right here was actually bulging past. You know, that was like a very obvious difference right there between these two right here, the level. So let's see if it works. Sweet. So I think this is the chime, right? So let's see if the chime works. Let me get my keys. Where's my keys? In my pocket. No, that's that chime. What's this chime? Let me open up the door. Usually when you open up the door, if the key's in there, it will beep. No, it's not beeping. This way. Oops, dang it. No, it's not those ones. Well, that works. What am I missing? So what the heck is this right here? I thought this was the bell, but the bell sounds like it's right here. It doesn't sound right here. It sounds somewhere on the dash. Anyways, but you know, we can see it's working. Let's actually pop these things back on. So there we go. So it works. It's nice and tight. Actually, you know what? I need to push in the electrical, not the electrical, but the double-sided tape right here. Right up here, there's a double-sided tape. Push that on. Okay. So yeah, sweet. Let's see. Do I have my glasses? What glasses do I have here? Oh, these are my. I forgot what these were called. Ombres. Let's see. So glasses go like what? Like this. Is that right? Something like that. Alright, something like that. Yeah, so yep, something like that. So yeah, sweet. Okay, so I'm digging it. Yeah, so like the color. So obviously you can tell the color difference here. But besides that, you know, unless you're looking at it, you won't notice. You know, so this is a little bit darker than these other ones, right? But the only other color that I saw on eBay, anyways, was this gray color, or there was a beige color. So you know, this is, you know, obviously this is not beige, but you know, that's as close as it gets. So anyways, yeah. So I'm excited. So I think these things are only. That's it. I'm not even sure what the heck this is. Well, yeah, so that's cool. So OEM